Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you our scope and sequence for our social studies. Social studies includes for us U.S. history, U.S. government, African American history in the United States, human and world geography, and also some humanities. So this is what I came up with specifically for the area of U.S. history and U.S. government. For our homeschool, our scope and sequence for U.S. history and U.S. government will be through the perspective and lens and eyes of the African American experience. That's how we chose to learn history within our homeschool. That will be done through textbooks, using that as a spine or foundation for facts and information, using literature, and also using movies. Lots of discussion as well. Again, our social studies in terms of U.S. history and U.S. government will be through the lens of the African American experience. And this is how we are breaking it down for our middle school. My son is currently in the 6th grade, and I have it all broken down for him from 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. During the 6th grade year, our focus will be on pre-colonization through 1865, which is the end of the Civil War. For 7th grade, our focus will be 1866 through 1965, the end of civil rights. Well, not technically the end of civil rights, but I will just say civil rights. And then 1966 through current events will be our 8th grade year. As you can see in the 7th and 8th grade, that first row says review. The first few months, we're going to review what we learned the prior year, just to make sure, the highlights were not forgotten. And then in the 9th and 10th grade, I have a few ideas that I'm juggling, but I will probably, fine tune that and decide what we'll do when we get closer to the end of 7th grade. And of course, I will share that with you all once I get it together. Okay, here are the topics that we are covering this year during our 6th grade year. And if we don't get to all the topics, oh well, we will just push it forward to the 7th grade. And again, I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but we are learning history through textbooks, through literature, good books, and I shared that with you in a prior video. I'll link it somewhere here as a card right now, which identifies all of our required reading this year. And we're also learning history through movies, and I'm super excited about all of those different ways. Okay, so here are some of the topics that we'll talk about this year. What is history, Native Americans, Vikings, the truth about Christopher Columbus, Ponce de Leon, Spanish colonies, France and Spain in America, English settlers, Indian versus English invaders, the first African Virginians, the Mayflower, Pilgrims, Indians, Puritans, Salem witch trials, making of colonies. When you see something says a unit study, we're going to specifically take about a week to 3 weeks, depending on the topic, to dive really deep and learn as much as we can about that topic and throw in a few projects as well. Quakers, Ben Franklin, and also what we're going to do is throw in the presidents. We're also going to learn the presidents, and the presidents will be taught in the order in which, of course, they served as president. And we're also going to learn the 50 states as well, and we're learning our states in the order in which they came into existence, starting with the 13 colonies. So we're going to throw that in there as well. I'm also going to show you a breakout of our human and world geography and our world history in terms of what we're learning this year. I think, yeah, I do have a scope and sequence for human and world history, but it's a very high level scope and sequence. And for geography, I also have a very high level scope and sequence. U.S. history and government was the only one that had a detailed scope and sequence like you're seeing now. But I will share the other ones with you in another video. So let me go ahead and continue what we're learning. The first flag, Magna Carta, 13 colonies, slavery, French and Indian War, Treaty of Paris, Boston Tea Party, Declaration of Independence, the Wealth of Nations, Revolutionary War, Articles of Confederation, Constitution, the First Bank, Fugitive Slave Law, the Louisiana Purchase, War of 1812, Trail of Tears, Alamo, Dred Scott. I think I saw Fugitive Slave Law twice. I did. I have it in 1793 and 1791. Oh, 1793, twice. Oops, I gotta go ahead and cross that out. Let's keep going. Emancipation Proclamation, Manifest Destiny, and the First Women's Rights Convention. Okay? And of course, if I'm missing something, I'll absolutely include that as well as we're going through the year. And here's our 7th and 8th grade. I'll go ahead and put those side by side so you can see those together. And if you want a copy of this, guys, just shoot me an email. I will leave my email address in the description box below. And just say, hey, I want that scope and sequence for your social studies. And I will be more than happy to send that to you. All right, guys, I hope that was benefit. I hope sharing our scope and sequence for our middle school for U.S. History and government was helpful. Hopefully you found this video of value. If you have any questions for me, leave them in the comment box below. And as always, be blessed, guys, and make it a great day. Bye.